Do you get shivers from listening to music?
Absolutely.
Particular types of music?
Sometimes when it's really, really good, you feel the resonance.
Depends what mood I'm in.
Sad music, maybe like music that reminds you of a certain...
Like a memory.
Yeah.
When there's like a really good kick, I really do like that feeling. You kind of really immerse yourself.
If I'm cold, yes. Other than that, not that I'm aware of.
Hi, I'm Dan.
I'm Linda, and welcome to What is Music?
And in this episode, we're going to be looking at how music gives you goosebumps. But first, Linda, what do we actually know about goosebumps?
Well, goosebumps happen when our hairs stand on end.
It's an ancestral connection to furrier friends of ours who, when they were in a threatened situation, they look bigger and more scary. And having the hair stand on end also has the advantage of thermal insulation. Now, over time, this becomes built into how we behave. This idea of frisson, these very strong, intense emotions that we connect now to shivers and chills and thrills, still activate this physical response.
So why is it that music can recreate some of these physiological responses?
Goosebumps come when there's a sudden change in our emotional state, a kind of aha moment of emotionality where we feel suddenly connected with the music. We especially feel connected with music when that music is personally meaningful. Music that we heard during an important time of our development, which is called the reminiscence bump, where music meant so much to our identity and developing a sense of self. When we hear that music, it brings back a flood of emotions and a flood of memories.
And there are ways that we might be able to trigger these emotional responses using music.
Other emotions like happiness, sadness, there are some fairly definite ways and almost universal ways. Goosebumps is far more particular. You'd be looking at changes in the loudness of the music, changes in tempo, an unexpected harmonic change. There's also the important factor of being familiar.
So it seems like there's still a lot of research to be done on this topic.
There's a lot of theories that we should be testing out here, Dan.
Yeah, well, actually, I've got a plan for that. Well, welcome to the Goosebumps sphere.
I love what you've done with the place, Dan.
So we're going to be testing what kind of music gives us goosebumps.
Okay.
And so we've got the chair, and we've got a macro lens on this camera here, right next to your arm. Okay. So it's going to pick up the moment any goosebumps come through, so there'll be no faking it. We've got the magnificent helmet apparatus over here.
Look at this properly. This is incredible.
Oh, it does absolutely nothing. But it looks great.
Okay. You've always been about fashion.
It's what everybody says about me. We've each got 5 songs with different musical elements to give the other person goosebumps.
We filled out some very personal surveys to work out the best songs to use. Winner will get bragging rights.
So round 1, it's all about sudden crescendos. When a piece of music suddenly gets louder, it often causes goosebumps. You can hear this in Pink Floyd's The Post-War Dream.
Wish I could turn you back into a stranger.
I feel emotional, but I don't.
I think that's one you won.
I was actually trying though. I remember putting so much meaning to that song because of the relationship that I was in and like moving in and out of. But yeah, I guess I'm just an unfeeling. And you know what? I'm actually going to take this off because
look,
I'm going to throw you a bone. I think it's affecting my emotional levels.
So it does do something.
It does.
All right, so round 2.
All right.
It's all about the long sustained note.
AKA the money note. Big, belting notes from singers like Whitney Houston and Freddie Mercury. But also things like super high violin melodies and orchestral music.
All right, how'd you go?
I don't think I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Okay, hit me with another one.
Sometimes a chord progression or key change in a song is really distinctive. You might not see it coming, but the unexpected harmony is a perfect fit, and it gets you every time. Again, nada. Nothing.
I could pass a lie detector test.
Yeah. All right, new plan. So we're none from 3 so far. It's time to really up the ante on
What
this.
are you doing?
So this is a blindfold. It's actually
No,
a
it's not. It's a scarf.
Yeah. For today, it's a blindfold.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Can you see anything?
No.
So we're going to try an emotional minor song.
More often than not, the type of music that gives us chills is in a minor key. Some people call that the sad one.
What is going on right now with my arm? I think I got goosebumps.
Yeah?
Could you see any?
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely feeling something happening here.
Yeah, I'm going to call that.
Oh my God.
That's a
I
total
can't believe
win.
you got it using a song from the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack.
What else is going to give you goosebumps?
I was like thinking about breakups before, thinking about other things, like
Yeah.
real adult stuff.
Yeah.
And then that one was the one.
So it's nostalgia in a way. It's like a
Yeah.
memory of like your early teens and you coming back to it as an adult that's kind of tipped you over the line.
To just do it with that
Yeah.
Desiree song.
Yeah, yeah. Well, a win for me.
Okay, you've got one final chance, my friend. Mm-hmm. Best of luck.
Actually, wait. We
Yep.
can do away with the blindfold because I can go one better than that. We're pulling out all stops for the final one. You ready?
Dan!
One of the most important things about music giving you goosebumps is you. Music that's special to you.
I just wanna be a woman.
No goosebumps.
No goosebumps. So still nothing with
Nothing.
that one.
Although that Portishead song is one that I love so much. And even though I listened to that song from when I was like 14 years old, but I feel like I listen to it too often now that it feels almost every day to me. It's
So
not
it's
one
no longer
particular.
nostalgic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not nostalgic anymore. It's just an omnipresent.
Yeah. Well, my research has let me down.
Well, you got one,
Yeah, one.
but
It's not
we're
bad.
gonna turn it. You
Yeah.
ready to get into your chair
Yep.
of delight?
My body is ready.
Okay. Your head's too big.
It actually is.
All right, so my turn now. You made me get goosebumps once. Round 1, sudden crescendo.
I don't know. What do you reckon? I certainly had a strong emotional reaction.
You seemed so happy.
Yeah, I love that piece of music.
I don't think there was any goosebumps.
I definitely felt coldness in my arm, though.
All right. Round 2, long, sustained notes. Here we go.
I'm ready. If you didn't get that, you're never going to see goosebumps. That was 100% definitely.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Goosebumps?
Yeah.
Why can't I tell?
There was a lot on the back of my neck. And some on my
Okay, I
arm,
need to have
definitely.
the camera on the back of your neck.
Yeah. So that's Star Wars. That's the Binary Sunset, the Force theme by John Williams in its most emotional playing. And that hits, I reckon, musical love and also childhood nostalgia. Like that's really the big musical swell of the first Star Wars film, which I watched over and over and over. Yep, ticking all the boxes pretty much, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. Excellent triangle skills.
So we're even. So if I get one more, I win.
What? So quickly even.
I know.
Ah.
Unexpected harmonies.
All right.
Surprise. Nothing.
It's a song.
Okay. It's a song. Mm-hmm. All right. Fine. Do you remember what happened in round 4?
I beat you.
I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
And you put this on me.
Oh, yeah.
That should be tighter.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Okay, so this is minor keys, aka perhaps sad music.
So that's interesting.
What?
No goosebumps, but my heart beat way faster.
Really?
Yeah. If you were measuring my pulse, you would have seen a huge spike.
I'm going to count that as a half point.
Yeah. Wait, that means you're in front. No, definitely not.
Round 5. So what happened during that last one?
I had some reaction. I enjoyed the soundscape of that song, and there's a lot in there that's quite emotional and beautiful. I don't think it really translated into full goosebumps though.
Because I chose that one because that's like one of your favourite, sentimental pieces from your survey says.
From the survey, yeah.
So just to re-establish these scores, Dan got 1.
I was 1 out of 5.
1 ping, and then I got 1.5.
Yeah.
I got 1 goosebump and then 1 erased heartbeat, which we count as a half. So the winner is, finish the sentence.
I think it's you.
It's Linda. It's Karma Linda.
Yeah.
The goosebump champion.
Yeah.
Isn't it so funny that the one that we responded to that properly got goosebumps was the reminiscence bump?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's something so key about memory.
The melancholy that you feel when you listen to something or you have that really strong visual accompaniment as well. So both of ours were for these movies that we'd watched over and over again as kids.
I also think it's incredibly important that, there's images associated with the music that we're hearing in our mind.
And do you reckon that you could force goosebumps?
No way. I don't think so. I don't think you can force goosebumps. Do you?
I was trying. I was trying really hard, actually. I was trying to give you a point or two, but the more I was trying to, the more that I found that I was forcing myself to cry.
Wow.
Like under that beautiful blindfold that you put on me, I was welling up.
So it's easier to cry to music, do you think? Yeah.
So if that had been the challenge,
right. Maybe that's
old
next
cry
time.
baby,
Yeah.
you might have won.
Next time, crying challenge. Did this episode give you goosebumps? Well, check out our other eps where we ask a whole bunch of questions about music. You might learn something you had no idea about.